Landsberg, brought to you by the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. For great steaks, good friends. See you tonight.
After 3,000 shows, it's pretty tough to call something a first, but today's show has a few. Yesterday, we interviewed UFC fighter Chael Sonnen. We pursued him because he is known as a personality who can be unpredictable. He was. There's two parts to this, and we begin with how it began yesterday. Me telling him, watch this clip, and then we'll talk. Here's the clip. Those words from Chael Sonnen after beating Brian Stann at UFC 136 on October the 8th. Now, just over 5 weeks later, Chael, you've backed down. Is that the truth?
What?
You've backed down. Didn't you say that the offer has expired and you're no longer willing to throw out those terms?
You might want to take the bass out of your tone. I'm not sure you know who you're talking to here, but I've never backed down from anything, so check your facts.
Okay, so you're saying that you will fight Anderson Silva, and that if he beats you, you will leave the UFC forever.
When? What are you talking about? What, is this your first day on the job?
Okay, well, tell me what I'm saying
You're mixing
wrong.
5 different stories here. I mean, this is like doing amateur hour or something. What show am I on here?
What did you say?
Is this for public radio?
What did you say after your last fight in the octagon?
Well, you just played it, but what are you talking about? You're combining stories here. Where do we go from me defending my championship for the first time, issuing a challenge for my second championship title defense, to all of a sudden the great Chael Sonnen is back down? Who's doing your facts there?
I heard that you said the offer had expired.
I heard it expired. Well, now you're hearing from the champion himself.
Okay.
The offer has not expired. What are you even talking about? What offer? Should we just redo this, or do you just want to go on the air and look like a fool? What is it you're even talking about?
It wasn't, okay, we can redo this.
No, God,
didn't you say? What was
No, don't redo this. This is the interview. This is the interview. I realize, oh, God, it really is amateur hour.
So what, you don't see...
He says we're going to redo this.
Yeah, okay.
That was great TV.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that
was great TV, and now you really have ruined it.
You actually really sold that
now I'm
well.
being serious.
Okay.
Yes, I'm aware that was great TV, and now we've lost it.
Okay, we'll make it even better. So what did you say? I just want to make sure that I have it correct.
Well, you know what I said, but you're telling me that I backed down.
I heard you backed down.
That's garbage.
Okay, so
how? How do you just say things like, I hear you backed down? Here I am looking to pick a fight with Anderson. I backed down. I stood there big and tall, and he covered his mouth like a little fruity boy. Okay. And you're going to come on ESPN and say that I backed down while I give you a free interview?
Okay.
He's the one that backed down. How could you even say something so stupid? Why don't you try to go get a free interview with Anderson Silva and see how that works out for you?
Okay, hold on to that. I like that.
You're going to tell me that I backed down? What do you want to do?
Does the offer stand?
If I tell you I'll sell you my car for 10 grand, you think I can just call you back a year from now and say, hey, I'll take that 10 grand for the car? That's not how offers work. Is that how you guys do business in Canada?
Yeah, that's it.
Because in my country that created business, offers expire. I made him an offer. Apparently, it didn't work. He didn't accept it. So it's not that I backed down, but apparently I need to present him with a new offer. Okay. You guys probably don't do that in socialism, but in America, in a capitalistic society, that's how things work.
I really had no idea what he was saying, what he was referring to. I didn't know if he was joking, as he's known to do, or if he was offended, as he's known to be. So we started again upon his suggestion. Those words from Chael Sonnen after beating Brian Stann at UFC 136 on October the 8th, 5 weeks later. Let's clarify this, because you and I have been debating before we went on the air. What is your offer and challenge to Anderson Silva?
Well, I would love to clarify it, and if I had enough respect for you and your show, I would probably do it, but
okay,
I don't.
so you throw something out, and 5 weeks later you're walking away from it?
Next question.
Okay, August the 7th, 2010, UFC 117, 3:10 of the 5th round. What are your memories of that?
Of 2010?
Yeah.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Well, I remember
today.
Anderson Silva, after you beat him for 4 rounds, submitted you.
All right. So was that like a trick question? Was this
No,
like
I want to get your thoughts on
you
a
asked
guy.
a trick question.
No, it's not a trick question at
You apparently
all.
already know the answers to?
Right. No, my question is.
You have a little cheat sheet. Did you write that down on the palm of your hand?
No,
so
I
you
did
didn't
it right
forget
from
for
here.
today's interview.
Have you worked on your jiu-jitsu since then? You certainly look like you had against Brian Stan.
I mean, I work on skills every day.
Would you agree that your jiu-jitsu at that point was probably deficient?
No.
No? So how did you let a guy, after you dominated him for 4 rounds, submit you in the 5th round?
Well, look, it's a two-man sport. It's not a matter of letting somebody do something. I mean, I've been doing stuff my whole life. It's, you know, guy walks his whole life doesn't mean he doesn't stumble every now and then.
Right. And if you fight him again, how do you prevent that from happening, the stumble?
Oh, who cares if it does happen? Who cares?
Who cares if it does happen? I don't get that.
I'm sure you don't.
No, but what do you mean?
That's
Who
why
cares
you're
if
a
it does
commentator
happen?
and you don't get locked in the octagon.
Right.
I think you chose the right career path. It doesn't sound like you got a competitive
So you don't
bone in your
care?
body.
You don't care if you lose to Anderson Silva?
Well, is this like gotcha questions? Let's just move. This is turning confrontational here while I've given up my time to come and give you an interview. Do you have anything pertinent to ask, or are we just going around and around here?
Well, I thought that was a pertinent question. I asked you about jiu-jitsu.
Well, it's
but
not. It's a
apparently-
stupid question.
Okay.
So read the little palm of your hand that you wrote your points down on and move to the next one. Let's see if we can actually do something here today. Give the people something to watch.
Is the A in MMA, the art, is that dead?
I don't even know what mixed martial arts stands for. Okay? I mean, I don't know where that came from. Mixed martial arts is a legal term that can date back to the 2001 Nevada State Legislature. I don't work for the Ultimate Mixed Martial Arts Championship. I'm not a martial artist. I am a fighter. I work for the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I don't care about art or their little gis or their little cotton belts.
And would that describe, for instance, the Nojera brothers?
What?
Well, you're talking about the little gis, and you're talking about Anderson Silva, who is a black belt, right? And he got it from the brothers. And I'm asking you whether your description of the way mixed martial arts shouldn't be describes those guys.
We're talking about Anderson Silva since when? You just said we're talking. When are we talking about Anderson Silva?
I was asking you. See, are you playing with me now, or are you being serious? Because people are watching this and going, "What's he talking about?"
I'm truly confused. Look, I mean, here. Do you have a question for me? Let's do that. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I am truly flabbergasted by this. Are we doing an interview, or what are we doing here? What is it you want to talk about? You're bringing up a fight from 2 years ago?
Oh,
I don't
come
understand
on.
the relevance. I'm happy to talk about it, but certainly if you follow this sport at all, you know that these questions have all been covered. So I mean, if this is your first day in MMA, I guess. Do you know what the octagon is? Have you heard of that before? I'm sorry, let me calm down. I don't want to give you nightmares tonight.
And why would I possibly have nightmares? Okay, so address that as
watching a guy out of control, just losing control over here.
So you think you're totally in control at this point?
Control of what?
Of yourself.
Master of my domain? Sure.
It seems like Anderson Silva is a humble guy. How has he gotten you so riled up? Is that a legitimate question? Is that a legitimate question?
What?
GSP, then. You like him as a fighter?
Right. Greece St. Pierre.
Greece St. Pierre, insinuating that...
I do like him as a fighter.
You do?
I think he's pretty good.
Right.
I think he's great.
So you said that you stopped watching him because you like to watch hockey and rugby and any place where a fight will break out, implying that he doesn't really fight. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you just said you like him as a fighter. I don't understand. I must be missing something here.
You got that right.
So do you like his style of fighting or not?
Yes.
Would you beat him if you fought him?
I would do my best.
I would make the assumption you would do your best anytime in the octagon, would you not? So that doesn't really tell me much. So you're leaving now because of what reason? It kind of has that Mike Tyson feel back in the day. Perhaps you should do a few sit-ups as well. Apparently, that is the end of a man that we were actually really looking forward to talking to, Chael Sonnen, who is getting up. Could do a little play-by-play now and watch him as he apparently is going to depart. And I have to say, 3,000 shows after we started, it's the first time that anyone has ever left. And he left. Never said another word. That's never happened before. I kind of figured he was going to leave about halfway through it, and to be honest, it was probably an appropriate ending. So here's the offer, Chael. Let's try it again. Unless you refuse to talk about Anderson Silva, then we'll take a pass.